Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I have enjoyed the Hearthstone Twist format a lot. We have now had the full launch of Twist for around 2 weeks, and Twist has been a blast. It's just so completely different from what standard format nowadays is, or what wild format is. Eternal formats, of course, tend to be very high-powered formats, and standard format is also very, very high-powered. So Twist has been lower-powered, more meaningful decisions, resources matter. It's everything that I remembered Hearthstone was about, and I think it's the best thing that has happened to constructed Hearthstone in many, many years. However, Twist is not popular. Yeah, Twist, there are not that many people playing Twist, so I guess that sort of makes me a connoisseur of unpopular Hearthstone modes, given that I also enjoyed Mercenaries a lot, and now Twist a lot. But yeah, when it comes to Twist, we have discussions like these. Savjz is asking on Twitter, is any creator on any platform having any success with Hearthstone Twist content? Well, some people are saying that nope. On the other hand, some people are having some success, like Marshambu, Twist viewership up, YouTube viewership lateral. So content creators who were already specializing in wild format are actually seeing that, okay, Twist is doing fine. But content creators who were more into standard format, they are just not seeing success with Twist, not much at all. Also, it is really hard to find data on Twist, like this is the discussion that was on HS Replay Discord shortly before they added Twist decks. Twist decks are now on HS Replay, but they are only available for paying users, only available for premium users, and they're still kind of a mess. Because there's like the same deck can be there multiple times, because every card that's in Caverns of Time and in an older set, there's going to be a version of the deck with that card from Caverns, and there's going to be a version of the deck with that card from the old expansion. And yeah, it's even when there is data, it's kind of a mess, and sample sizes are small, and there are only a few decks available. And yeah, the reason it took them so long to even get them there was not actually the problem with the card recognition, but because the volume is fairly low, even significantly lower than Wild already is. And yeah, it took a lot of time to get any data on Twist, and now it's still kind of hard. So people are not playing a lot of Twist. Even though there was an event to play Twist, people still didn't really want to play Twist that much. I have created a lot of Twist content myself because I have had such a great time with the mode, but I have to say that creating Twist content has not been the greatest financial decision of my life. Like, combo decks, few regular viewers are choosing to watch this video, then this is what like YouTube keeps telling me that, hey, dude, your videos are not really being watched. Like, is there something wrong? Are you okay? Is everything fine with you? Are you doing fine? Have you lost your mind? Why are you making these videos? That sort of stuff. Or from a budget deck, views are similar to your previous videos despite a lower click-through rate. Yeah. So that means that budget Twist decks are actually getting some views because people search for cheap Twist decks to complete the event. That's contrary to budget decks in standard format, where budget deck in standard format gets minuscule views compared to full cost lists. Then people just don't care about budget decks in standard that much anymore. But yeah, for my budget niche, Twist budget deck is actually as popular as a standard budget deck. It's just that the full cost lists are much more popular on the standard side. But yeah, just one bad piece of news after another. Also looking at the leaderboards, the number of legend players on NA and on EU. On NA there's currently 5600 standard legends, 4800 wild legends, and 500 Twist legends. On standard on Europe there's 7000 people, wild is 3800 and Twist is 600. Obviously, Twist, most people started with X9 multiplier, most people who would climb to Legend, at least, whereas in Standard Wild, of course, people are starting with X10 or even with X11, so it's much faster to get to Legend in those formats. But even though it's much faster to get the Legend in those formats, now that we have already halfway through the season, we should see some kind of stabilization, some kind of convergence in the numbers, and we just are not seeing that, so yeah. Not that many Twist players around. But why is this? Because I think Twist has been the most fun I have had in constructed Hearthstone in at least 4 years. Well, delayed balance patch is one thing. there are some people complaining that, okay, it's all just Rogue and Warlock and I don't want to play this anymore. I got tired of this. Yeah, we're getting balanced patch after like 4 weeks, which is quite late. Then another complaint that I see occasionally is that you need some of these new wild-only cards, like Rogues use the Scarab Lord, which is a new legendary card, and it's wild-only, so people are hesitant to get a new card specifically for Twist. But most importantly, by far the most common complaint about Twist is that people already disenchanted all of their old wild cards, and Twist doesn't use any of the current standard cards, apart from some cards that are available from the core set. So people just don't have those cards. And when they don't have those cards, then they can't play. And they don't want to recraft or rebuy those cards, because then they can't keep up with the standard. So it's really Blizzard's, the way they monetize the game means that Twist is destined to fail. I'm afraid that there's probably no way around it. Because this Twist format that they have now, like I said, it's probably the most fun I have had playing Constructed Hearthstone in 4 years. They just can't get people to do that. And the big problem is that when you think about it, can Twist and Standard succeed at the same time? And the resounding answer is that with the current monetization level, the resounding answer is no. They cannot succeed at the same time. Because if people want to keep up with Standard, they don't have any funds left over to also try Twist. And then again, okay, well, make the game cheaper so that people can afford to do both. Well, yeah, but then some people who would only be interested in Standard would be able to become free to play maybe. They would have an easier time, they wouldn't spend as much money. And then if the people who also go into Twist would not spend more money, then that would mean that it would eat into Blizzard's profits. And profits are something Blizzard is keenly interested in. So it seems that the monetization of Hearthstone is making it impossible for Twist, even if it's great and super fun format, to succeed. I know there have been people who have been commenting on every video pretty much that, hey, this is the case. Yeah, I guess there's sort of validation that you're right. Maybe. But it's really sad. Because Twist is such a wonderful format, especially the Wonders format. Of course, Twist is going to change. That's also one thing. If Wonders was a permanent format, maybe people would be a little bit more invested. Then again, if it wouldn't change at all, then it would just die down eventually, like Classic did. But maybe it changes a little bit often for people to make the investment. But either way, Blizzard has created this jail for themselves, where Standard and the power creep in Standard is necessary to keep people spending, and that also reduces Blizzard's options to make other fun things in the game, because people cannot afford to follow those fun things in the game. And we'll see where all of this is going to end. Once upon a time, they tried to reduce the power level in Standard by printing worse cards, and those expansions were not very popular. So if you try to reset the power level, that's gonna be a little bit difficult. There has been talk that they might do like overall major nerfs sometime during the Standard rotation, for example, so they could avoid the constant power creep. So they still have some tools left in their toolkit to try to keep this thing going for years and years. But yeah, it's a little sad. I mean, it's really sad actually, because I have enjoyed Twist. I had great hopes that Twist could be the replacement of Mercenaries for my channel. Obviously Mercenaries still exists, and the guides on this channel for Mercs still exist. But because there's no new content for Mercs, then there's just not much to do there. And it doesn't look like Twist can replace it, because even though it's another unpopular mode that I could specialize in, and I do plan to do Twist content as much as I can afford, because I just love the game mode, then its popularity compared to Standard just isn't there. And for monetization reasons, I don't think it's ever going to get there. So that's a little tough. But if you can afford it, give Twist a try, because I think it's a lovely, lovely format. But I also realized that not many people have the cards to actually play it. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twist subscribers who make all of these videos possible.